A venue for this showdown.
Todd, all I can say, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. They exchange punches. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? When you're training to fight a swarmer, you've got to focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Punch, counter punch. That counter shot lands. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. No rest for the weary. How about that time counter shot? Those counter punches have to hurt. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. You'd like to see more jabs. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell, sometimes it couldn't be this.
Here we go for round two. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Beautiful counter shot. There's a counter shot. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punching. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A swing and a miss with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. Just missed with that hook. The hand speed in these lighter divisions is always so impressive, but if you can sneak in a power shot every once in a while and sit down on a punch, that's where you separate yourself. That counter punch caught him clean. Beautiful counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that last round. On to the third. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's gonna pop you off.
Catch and shoot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. Another scoring shot there. Nice counter shot. Nice defense on that jab. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Swing and a miss with the hook. Good counter punch. That hook doesn't score. A perfect counter lands. Both men step back for just a moment. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao. Back at it in round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He threw a punch and just got countered. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Perfect counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he scores with the counter. Nice counter punch. Good counter punch. Jab misses. Missed him with that uppercut. Misses with the straight left. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao in that lap. Here's the bell to start round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Just misses with that uppercut. counter punch right up the middle. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Punch, counter punch. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Catch and shoot. Every time he throws a punch, thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
A shot from the gods took him out. One, two, three, four, five. Can you continue?
Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao now. This is the beginning of round 6. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Nice counter. The perfect counter lands. Neither fighter willing to slow down. This is a high-octane battle. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
The stamina is off the charts. Punch, counter punch. Good punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao. Here comes round 7. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Those counter punches have to hurt. They exchange punches. That one lands. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Punch, counter punch. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out. Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao. There's the bell to start round 8. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Caught him. And he scores with the counter. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. A perfect counter lands. There's a scoring blow. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
They miss with the jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The jab doesn't quite connect. Good punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
I've got to see that again.
No surprise there, a unanimous